You know that feeling when you're invisible? When people look right through you like you're not even there? Marcus knew it. Every morning at Union Station, hundreds of people rushed past him, saw the cup, saw the sign, but never saw him. Until one person stopped and asked him a question that changed everything. Marcus had been on that platform for 3 months. Customer service job gone, apartment gone, everything that used to make him somebody just gone. Now he was the guy with his hand out, eyes down. The routine was muscle memory. Read the shoes, extend the cup, mumble the words. Most people walked faster. Some dropped coins without looking, like feeding a parking meter. Then one Tuesday, these polished leather shoes stopped. Marcus looked up. A woman in her 40s, sharp blazer, confident presence. "Can I ask you something?" she said. People didn't ask him questions. Marcus nodded. "What do you give people?" The words hit like a gut punch. "Ma'am?" She continued, not cold, curious. "You're asking everyone here to give you something. Money, time, attention. But what do you give in return?" Marcus's mouth opened. Nothing came out because he'd never thought about it, not once. For 3 months, he'd been a cup with a hand attached, taking, asking, hoping, never giving. "I don't have anything to give," he finally said, and the shame in those words burned. The woman tilted her head. "That's your problem. You've convinced yourself you're worthless, so you act worthless. But here's what I learned building my business from scratch. Nobody owes you anything." She paused, holding his gaze. "You want something from people? Give them something first. Could be a smile, could be a story, hell, could be directions to the subway. But it has to be something, because nobody pays for nothing, not for long." She handed him a 20 and disappeared into the crowd. But her words stayed, circling his mind like a question he couldn't answer. That night, Marcus couldn't sleep, not because of the cold concrete, because his mind was on fire. What do I give? He thought about his old job, customer service at a cable company. God, people hated calling there. But Marcus, he could turn a screaming customer into someone wishing him a good day. He gave them patience, a human voice, the feeling that someone actually gave a damn. Then he lost the job, and somewhere along the way he lost that part of himself too. What do I have to give right now? The next morning he noticed them, wild roses growing against the station fence. Nobody planted them, they just refused to die. Marcus picked a handful and went back to his spot. When the first person dropped $1 in his cup, Marcus held out a flower. The guy looked startled. "What's this?" "A thank you," Marcus said, meeting his eyes for the first time in months, "for seeing me." The guy took the flower. Something shifted in his face, a real smile, not the tight-lipped kind people use to shut you out. "My wife loves roses," he said, and dropped another 5. By noon, he'd given away every flower. His cup was heavier than it had been in weeks. But here's what got him. It wasn't just the money. It was the way people looked at him now. Not through him, at him, like he'd transformed from furniture into a person. That night, counting $42, triple his usual take, Marcus felt something he hadn't felt since the streets, like someone again. Not because people gave him money, because he'd given them something worth receiving. The roses became routine. Marcus learned which trains brought people who appreciated beauty, that Mondays needed brighter colors, that the lawyer bought roses every Friday for his daughter, that the nurse working the 5 a.m. shift loved white flowers, that the college kid said his roses were the only good thing about my breakup week. People started knowing his name, asking about his day, telling them about theirs. 3 months in, Marcus had saved $1,400. He'd learned which wholesalers opened earliest, bartered for a cooler to keep flowers fresh, mapped the station's best foot traffic. He wasn't a beggar anymore, he was a vendor. But more than that, he'd learned what that woman tried to teach him.
Your worth is not what you need, it's what you offer. One morning, the nurse said something that stuck. You know what you're really selling? A moment, a reminder that someone cares, that the world can still be beautiful even at dawn in a train station. Marcus thought about that for a long time. 6 months in, he had an apartment, a business license, a corporate contract meeting. He had a future extended beyond tomorrow's handful of change. Platform 7, 8:15 a.m. Marcus stood there in a clean shirt, briefcase in hand, orchids from his new supplier tucked under his arm, not to sell, but as a gift. The train pulled in. He stepped aboard. Then he saw her. Same blazer, same confident stride. The woman from 6 months ago, reading something on her phone. "Excuse me," Marcus said, heart hammering. "You don't remember me, but 6 months ago you stopped at Union Station. You asked me what I gave people." Recognition flickered. Her eyes widened. "Oh my God!" He held out the orchids. "These are for you, no charge. Just thank you for seeing me when I couldn't see myself." She took the flowers, eyes glossing. "What happened? Look at you." "You happened," Marcus said simply. "You asked the right question. I just had to figure out the answer." The train jerked forward. Marcus grabbed a pole. "You know what I realized?" he said. "I spent so long feeling worthless because I was taking without giving. But the moment I flipped it, the moment I showed up with something to offer, everything changed. Not because people owed me differently, because I saw myself differently." She nodded slowly, like understanding something for the first time. "We become what we believe we are, or what we're willing to offer," Marcus added. The train pulled into the next station. She stood, tucking the orchids carefully into her bag. "Good luck with whatever you're building." "Already built it," Marcus replied. "Now I'm just growing it." She smiled, that real kind of smile that says, "I see you," and stepped off. Marcus watched his reflection in the window, merging with the city rushing past. He wasn't invisible anymore. He never had been. He'd just forgotten how to be seen. Here's the thing about worth. You don't need permission to have it. You don't need credentials or lucky breaks or someone to hand you value on a silver platter. You just need to stop waiting to receive and start deciding what you'll give. Because the world doesn't owe you anything, but it will pay for what you offer if you're brave enough to offer it. So let me ask you the same question that changed Marcus's life. What do you give? Not what you want, not what you need. What do you give? Think about it. And if this story hit home, drop your answer below. Share it with someone who needs to remember they're not invisible either, because maybe they just forgot how to be seen. See you in the next one.